everyone, and welcome to another edition of Netters Network Thursday Things. Tonight, it's going to be very laid back. Nothing's planned. We're just going to kind of chat and see how things go. Can everyone hear me okay? I sound a little muted to myself, so I want to make sure everyone can hear me.
Please, yeah, sound check, guys, if you can help us out with that.
Yeah, because it's like, in my own ear, I sound muted to me, but I could be sounding perfectly fine to y'all. So I just want to double check on that. And of course, okay, Delete Scene says it sounds low. Can you turn up the mic a little bit, sweetie?
I'll try. Maybe turn that down, too. Let's see. Settings. Audio. No, I've already got the mic as high as I can get it.
Okay, let's see if there's something on my side. Well, my volume is at 100%. Settings, audio.
You see if
Microphone. Okay, is this better? Anyone? Bueller?
Yeah, remember they're on the 30-second delay.
Yep, I know. Okay, Delete Scene says it sounds better.
Okay, good.
Oh, then D. Pensek said not really better.
Okay.
So, okay, we'll just speak up.
We'll just have to speak up. That's the best we can do, because I have the mic cranked. That's all I can do. So.
Okay, well, y'all know who I am. And of course my co-host for the night, who's always my co-host for the night, the love of my life, that guy at the end of the bar, Troy Pacelli. How you doing tonight, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
I'm doing great, and I'm just polishing off a Diet Grapefruit soda.
Yes, I'm drinking tomato juice. For some reason, I've really had a craving for it lately. I figure it's healthier than some of the alternatives, so like, I don't drink soda. I mean, I drink a lot of water, and I should say I rarely drink soda. And Troy can tell you I'll take a couple sips and then like give him the can because it's like I don't really want it. But you know how sometimes you just want a taste of something, and you have that taste and you're like, okay, I'm good now. And that's how I am with sodas. It's like I might have a sip or two and I'm like, all yours. Give me something else. Give me water. Well, before we get too far into things,
I'm trying to say hi to everybody in the chat like you do.
I was first. Then we have Connie Cleary saying hello to everyone. Big Al presents, hey, and have a great stream. Lady Myst with her pretty flowers and hearts. Let's see. There's that last call guy.
Howdy.
And of course, Deleted Scenes giving us the salute. And it's not a one-fingered salute.
Right.
Did I say D. Pensek saying good evening to everyone? Excuse me. Aged Boomer. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? Jesse Guajardo. How you doing, sweetie? I know I saw other people, so I just don't want my thing to jump and I miss people. Evelyn Hampton. How you doing, Admiral? Gorilla Random Thoughts. Hey, gotta lurk. Love it. You lurk all you like. The Frequency Horror. How you doing, sweetie? And that puts me down to the bottom of the chat. If somehow I manage to miss someone, please let me know, because I always gotta say hi to my sweeties out there.
There you go.
Now, someone in the chat, the comment went by too fast for me to see who it was, asked how everyone was doing. I can tell you, because y'all know my saga of the 3 months of being sick, I am completely sick-free, aside from this weird cough that just won't go away. But it's not as bad as it was, so I'm actually sounding better with that. But I feel 100% better. My cold is gone, everything's gone, I'm healthy. So thank you again for all of your prayers, your well wishes, good vibes, whatever it was you were sending my way, because they worked. Troy, you've been sick recently. How you been feeling?
I've been feeling a whole lot better. Very, very occasionally I'll get a little slight tickle in the chest, cough, but nothing that's hindering me or holding me up, which is pretty much what the otolaryngologist that we went and talked to for you basically said. With all the tests that you've gotten anyway.
Oh my gosh, the tests. I've had blood tests. I've had x-rays. I've had scans. I've had, what do you call it, MRIs. I've had, I forget what the other one is called. It's not MRI. It's a CT scan. I have had so much iodine injected in me. I think I'm more iodine than blood. And when they flush it, because what they'll do is they inject it, and then after they do the scan, they'll flush it, and you can taste like rubbing alcohol in your mouth. It's so weird. And they tell you it's saline, but saline does not taste like rubbing alcohol. Of course, I can't believe that they would actually inject me with rubbing alcohol, but there's something there.
Yeah.
But it's the weird... Excuse
There's
me.
that cough.
It's the weirdest thing. Yeah, there's the cough. Hey, Logical Spock, how you doing, sweetie? Yeah, it's the weirdest thing because you just smell this kind of rubbing alcohol smell, and it stays with you for a couple of minutes before it kind of dissipates. But it's weird. So it's like, yeah, I am incredibly healthy. All the tests can tell you that. So yeah, I don't think I've ever been so thoroughly tested in my life for anything.
But yeah, the otolaryngologist basically said, you're basically healthy, and we can only.
Oh no, that was the infectious diseases doctor.
Oh, it was the infectious diseases.
Yeah, I
doctor,
actually went to go see an infectious diseases doctor because my ER doctor, because I was sent to the ER because my primary thought I might have blood clots, didn't, and my ENT were like, you need to go see an infectious diseases doctor because they would have a different take on the symptoms and everything than other doctors because they see things differently. So not that they thought I had some sort of infectious disease, but they wanted to pick their brains on, well, what could this possibly be because it's weird. And when I saw the infectious diseases doctor, I told him everything I'd been going through for the last 3 months. The fevers and the... now it doesn't want to go away, this cough. Usually it's 1 or 2 coughs and then I'm fine. Now it's just going to be nitpicky.
Yeah.
So the weird fevers, the weird burning in my chest, all the weird aches and pains and all that. Literally everything. And I said, and now at that time, I said, now I feel like I just got a cold. And he goes, yeah, you are a normal, healthy woman. There is nothing wrong with you. You'll get over your cold in a couple of weeks. If you need anything, call me. But you're fine.
Yeah.
And dismissed me.
And he did go into a little more detail than that, talking about the pure number of cold and flu viruses that exist, and he says it's just the natural order of things. And, we had said, boy, we haven't really been sick at all since the end of 2019. He goes, well, you had a good run.
Yeah. He was even saying, if you had this, you could have cancer, like my thyroid or whatever. He goes, you don't have that. You're fine. You don't have cancer. If you had this, it could be this. If you had this, it could be this. If you had these symptoms, it could be that. You don't have any of this. All your tests came back fine. You are a perfectly healthy, normal woman. I'm like, yay!
Right.
He goes,
exactly.
See ya. Yeah. And Jessica Harder says, I know those tests are horrible. I think they are horrible. Some of them can be really horrible. For me, the worst part is when they got to put the doohickey in your arm for the contrast, because I'm very needle phobic. I've gotten a lot better over the years. My husband can tell you. I used to be so bad that I would hyperventilate and start crying and almost pass out. And now it's just I squish the life out of his hand and wait for it to be over. so the worst part for me is when they have to put the whatever in my arm. What's nice about that is when I went to the hospital to see if I had blood clots, they used that same port to draw any blood for any blood tests, so they didn't have to keep sticking me. When that was really nice, I appreciated that so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I've had every test under the sun done, and I am super healthy. So yay! Feeling so much better. But I just realized I still got the comment up. Gotta lurk. I guess you're not hiding if I've got your comment front and center.
Right.
Big Al says we can call this special illness nenetitis.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think even the medical profession is starting to kind of get back to normal and say, you know what, everyone needs to calm down. You know, dial it back from DEFCON 1, and just expect that you get sick from time to time.
I mean, I expected to be examined by my primary, and for her to go, oh, you've got like the flu or something, and then give me like a Z-Pack and I'm done. But it was like I had the really bad stress for like 3 weeks first, and then feeling sick in the middle of that, and then continue on, and then like a month after that is when I went to the doctor, and she's like, you should have been here weeks ago.
Last week we did the rewatch of the Charlie Brown holiday special, and he's talking about all the difficulty and troubles and stress of the holidays, and all these years, the line exactly is, Charlie Brown, only you could take, a wonderful holiday and turn it into a problem. But the reality is, this time of year, it is stressful. In business, you have the year end, that you have to deal with. Between the weather and so forth, you've got, depending on what industry you're in, you may have a huge uptick in business. So, and then, of course, with the holidays, you have other people, taking vacations, taking their time off and so forth, getting sick, so you got to cover for them too. So it is stressful this time of year, period.
Not for me. It's like, okay, with my company, my company does IT certifications, and my job is, I'm called a fulfillment coordinator. So basically, you know how like you can go onto like pretty much any website, you can put in a coupon code and you get a discount or you get it free, whatever. For my company, I create those codes so people can do, let's say, like the five core exams are CISA, CISM, CRISC, CGUIDE, and CDIPSI. Don't ask me what those acronyms stand for. I have no clue. So most companies, so your company could very well come to our company and say, okay, I want the questions, answers, explanations for this. I want the review manual for this. Hold on, I gotta
Leave it.
Oh, okay. And I want them to, after they study, to be able to take the exam. So I will create the codes for that. They'll give them to their employers. Their employees will go to our web store, put the code in, buy the products, be able to study for the exam, and then take the exam to be certified in these 5 exams or any other exams that are out there. I mean, we've got all kinds of exams that are for IT certifications that they can go for. Well, one of our big things was, and when it started the stress, is that we had a reduction in force in my company. That meant that we lost 2 people in our department of 4 that were doing this work, and now I was doing the work of 3 people. Well, somewhere along the line, at first I kind of felt insulted when they mentioned, yes, we're going to be trying something new because, there have been issues with the codes and all this. Not really my fault, just a lot of it was user error. Sometimes we did have a problem with a code that I created where it just wasn't working right. Come to find out that one of the other people that was helping out had maybe put on the wrong price rule or whatever, so that it wasn't working for that product. And hey, Luddite Saras, how you doing, sweetie? Miss you. We got to get together.
Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, it's been too long. We need to set a play date.
And so what they did is they went through this whole thing over months and months and months of doing what's called a portal. And in this portal, instead of me having to create all these codes now, the customer can just go, I want 10 exams, and they just put quantity 10, they buy them, and then they will give them to their employees. They'll like actually go into like their accounts and put in, Joe Smith, you get an exam. Mary Jones, you get an exam, whatever. And I don't have to deal with codes at all. It's automatically on their accounts, and they can just, have the materials right then. Well, it's finally gone through. They started with 15 of our problem customers, the ones that are so high maintenance, it's like they make you want to pull your hair out and, stab yourself in the eyes. And after that proved to be a success, they got everybody else on board. There's only like a handful of ones I still have to take care of, but they're few and far between. So right now for me at the end of the year, yesterday I had 3 orders. Today I had 4. All really simple, like one code each type of thing. So the stress at the end of the year, no stress for me. But unfortunately there's some stress for one of our salespeople. She Teams messaged me in a panic. And she's like, I need, because we also set up classes with trainers and all that so that they can learn the material. She goes, I need the rosters for this class and this class and this class because these people owe us a crap ton of money and they haven't paid and I'm trying to get paid. I'm like, okay, well, let me see what I could find. I said, that's usually my coworker thing because she keeps track of all this stuff and she usually has this somewhere. I managed to find half of what she wanted, and I was like, I don't have the other part. That's a Debbie thing. I said, and she won't be back till Tuesday, so can the rest of this wait until then? She goes, well, at least I got something to start me off. I'll work with this, but yeah, these guys owe us a lot of money. We gotta get paid. And it's like, so I'm like, glad it's not my circus and not my monkeys. But then it's been enabling me to work out our Salesforce cases where we'll have people, send in a note saying, my code doesn't work or whatever. And I'll just go in and go, yeah, you're trying to use it for the review manuals for the questions and answers. Or, no, I can't take the code that is for the review manual and put it on an exam. The customer, your boss, specifically bought it for this purpose. If you want a code for that thing, you need to go back to the issuer and say, I need a code for this thing. Can't help you, dude. And, things like that. And then internally, we have JIRA tickets where people want, like our academic development team or our membership team, whatever, they're doing specials to get, more people involved. And they're like, hey, I need codes for this. Can you set this up? And so I've just been knocking all this stuff out. And what's funny is the other girl I work with, she's on vacation this week, and I hated having to text her to, and bother her. But I said, you left me a note saying this, and I don't know what that means. Does this mean I take care of it or I ignore it? And she's like, oh, you take care of it. I said, okay. That's all I need to know. Thanks a lot. Go back to your vacation. She goes, oh, by the way, make sure that you're looking at Salesforce tickets and JIRA tickets because upper management is looking at this, make sure that we're taking care of this stuff. And it's like, and I'm looking at some of these and I'm like, why is she sitting on these? Like one of them, the person didn't want the electronic version of our review manual. They wanted a print version. And so we can do that. It's not a problem. I just take the code and put it on the print version price rule. But then they have to pay for shipping. So it's like, you go to the CSR and you're like, okay, the code is now on the print product, but the customer or the user will have to pay for shipping. And then I put an extra note in. If the user decides to purchase the print version, the electronic version will have to be revoked from their account because they can't have both. And then I closed the ticket. It's like, and her note on that particular ticket was waiting for CSR to answer. I'm like, why? This does not matter at all. And I closed like 15 tickets yesterday. So there's like 4 left that I haven't touched. And they're all problem ones that I can't really do anything with. So I need to wait for her to come back on Tuesday and we can go over them together. But it's 4 from like the 20 something I had. Actually, it was about 20. And then one disappeared. So yeah, so I closed like 15, 16 of them. And it's like, okay, those are done. And then I went to our JIRA tickets and started closing those out. Taking, and there's one person, her name is Roxanne. She's such a sweetheart. but she puts in like 9 Jira tickets at a time for all these different codes for academic development. And every time my coworker sees them, she's like, "Oh, not again." It's like, I got this. And I will just knock them out because I've got a system for them. So today it just happened to be that my coworker was kind of lurking on Teams, and she saw me ask one of the salespeople a question, and she private messaged me, and she's like, "Oh, those ones I think are classes for next year, da 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 da." And she's like, "How is everything else going? Did you have a chance to look at the Jiras and Salesforce cases?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's 4 Salesforce cases left, and I've got the Jiras down to, I think at that time I had 5 left." And she's like, "Really? That's amazing." I'm like, "It's not difficult." So it's like, knocked all the stuff out. So when she comes back next week, there's very little for her to do. And in fact, I'm going to have to really stretch to find stuff for me to do tomorrow, because it's like, I'm running out of work.
I mean, it's very clear. I think everyone understands. Clearly, you enjoy your job. Otherwise, you wouldn't want to talk about it so much.
I love my job.
I do not want to talk about my job. I'm supposed to have a job. I'm a contractor. I'm a temp. It should be stress-free. It's starting to get stressful. I'm starting to reconsider my career choices here. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow night as we look back on 2023 on my channel and look forward to the future of my channel. But let's take a look back.
Wait.
Yeah.
I gotta go back in the comments. Lance RS said,
Yep.
"Buck moved back. He's in Arlington Heights. Woo-hoo-hoo!"
Yep. He had a move from hell, but he'll be fine once he gets caught up and unpacked. James got a ticket, and I said there's got to be story there on both counts.
And Defensic said Netter needs a vacation. So Lettuce RS said living with Troy is a vacation. Well, he is fun.
Yeah. I definitely want to hear that story. There's no doubt about that.
But, hi, Final Fantasy fan 012. How you doing, sweetie?
Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So, 2023. How has your channel grown? I was just looking at my own channel dashboard, and I was looking to see you can go to...
Yeah, tell me where to go.
Let's see.
Is it YouTube Studio?
If you hit the one, for your videos, it'll take you to content, and then above that on the left is dashboard.
Okay, wait. Your videos.
Yep.
Let me get there. Channel content, and then go to where?
The dashboard, which is the top on the left. At least I think that's what I'm looking at
I'm looking at channel analytics.
Yes, you are. And then on the right hand side, it probably says it defaults to like last 20 days. You can go last 365 days.
Mine has news, ideas for you, what's new in studio. It's like, okay, because I know I used to have that up there.
I actually don't even know why I have my earphone in, since you're sitting right in front of me.
Yeah.
Dashboard up here. We'll dismiss that.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know why yours looks different from mine. Let me see. Dashboard. Oh, I had said channel analytics.
Oh, okay. I thought you said right side. There we go.
And then right side here, go to 365 days.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
And then you can see like how many views you've had in the past year, what your watch time is, but you can also see how many subscribers you have gained this year.
Well, let's see. My channel got 10,775 views in the last 665 days, so people must like what they're seeing.
There you go.
I have had 130 subscribers in the last year, which is almost half of my total.
But well, think about that. If you doubled your channel subscribers in a year, that's actually
true.
Pretty darn good, and it's not far off from my growth. I got 146 this year. So
Yep, and my watch time is 1.3K watch hours. That's 192% more than the previous year.
So yeah, I mean that is some really good growth, right? That's like I said, you doubled your viewership. It takes a long time to get it going. And let's face it, Thursday Things, didn't that you just started that this year, didn't you?
Not this year. Oh wait, when did I start? Actually, let me.
You can look back and see, but I'm pretty sure.
Thursday Things. My very first guest was deleted scenes. I remember that.
True.
Actually, my first thing I think was just an intro. Okay, where's all my videos?
Remember, you gotta select live rather than
Yeah.
videos, because they've separated them out now.
And where's Thursday Things? There's the trivia one. Come on. Thursday Things. Okay, I gotta go back further. Okay, my first one.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that right? My first one, I think, was 9 months ago.
Okay.
And it was just Netter's Network Thursday Things with a question mark.
Yeah.
And
Because you were
then,
still debating on the title.
yeah. And then my second one was 200 subscriber celebration. And then my first actual guest was deleted scenes.
So there you go. So yeah, so you just had your 300 subscribers, so that's at least 100 subscribers growth. That's actually really, really good.
Yeah, it's better than I expected, so yeah, that's nice.
So there you go.
Oh, hi, Bosco Scenario. How you doing, sweetie?
So I mean, it's already been a pretty successful year for Netter's Network.
And you got over 700, isn't it? Or is it 900?
It is 721.
Okay, so you got over 700, which is really good. Because I know for a while you were struggling around the 500 mark, and then you just shot up there to 700.
Yeah. And then I was like in the six somethings trying to get to the 700.
Apropos of nothing, my son did not relish getting mac and cheese gummies on Christmas Day. I can imagine those taste pretty gross.
I gotta admit, I'm curious. That is the kind of thing I would try.
Worse. Have tried
that is
worse.
true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, it's like we've had people say, "Oh, you got to try this thing," almost kind of like a dare, and it's like, "Oh, that's horrible."
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna have to hook us up with those mac and cheese gummies. That's just no. What?
No, just the way you said mac and cheese gummies.
No.
I have a picture of his face when he opened the present. Oh, love it.
Exactly. Well, good. So
Lodette Saras, are you at the Firehouse of Love tonight, or are you at home?
Yeah, I'd love to know, but yeah. So my point was, I'd say you almost doubled your channel in a year. You started a regular live stream every Thursday.
Yep.
You have had...
Well, that one came about because every time we went through the week, it was like, okay, Sunday we're doing Geeky Geezers, blah, blah, blah. Monday, anything? Tuesday, anything? Wednesday, anything? Thursday, anything? Friday, last call. Saturday, review, movie rewatch. And I got so tired of getting to a Thursday, because usually something could occasionally happen, like Soundtrack to Birdman or something on Monday, or something would happen on Wednesday, but nobody ever hit Thursday. So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing something on Thursday, darn it. And I did.
And David Pensack says, how about a mac and cheese gummies with a Kraken chaser? Actually, I might want to front load with Kraken before I try the mac and cheese. just make it go down a little bit easier.
I know, we've had some pretty awful drinks too. Like, what was that drink you picked up when we went shopping? and
Oh,
you said
God.
it was just off. It was a V8 something.
It was a V8. I want to say it was like pomegranate blackberry or pomegranate blueberry.
Which sounds really good. And my
Yeah.
husband loves pomegranate.
Well, what I didn't pay attention to is it's V8, so it's got a whole bunch of other crap in there, all kinds of other vegetables and stuff. And I'm like, you don't just throw a couple pieces of fruit into your, vegetable puree and it suddenly tastes good. It was horrible.
What's funny is he's drinking it and he takes a sip. He goes, "Oh, this is bad." And he goes, "Well, let me give it a chance." He's drinking a little more. He goes, "No, it just gets worse the more you drink it."
And then I added some blackberry brandy to it because I figured it's got to help, right? I feel bad about the ounce or so of blackberry brandy I wasted. And seriously, I ended up dumping out the whole thing because I was like, this is just terrible.
Yes, it was. And we did get the Jumex guava nectar.
Yep.
And I picked up the strawberry banana one too because strawberry banana just sounded really good. It is so yummy. So yummy.
Jesse got some toy-themed candies, hard candies shaped like Legos and gummy toy soldiers. That's pretty cool. Now you need to get yourself a Godzilla costume and then eat the gummy soldiers.
Yes. So anyway, I want to thank Jesse Guajardo for suggesting the Jumex guava nectar.
If nothing else, it was yummy.
Very yummy. And,
well, it still is. We haven't finished it off yet.
Yeah. I got the strawberry banana one down in our downstairs fridge. I got the other one upstairs in our regular fridge. But it's like, Jesse swears by this. If you're feeling under the weather, get the guava nectar. You will feel 100%. I mean, I can tell you I'm feeling 100%, so there must be something in there.
Well, for me, the old family recipe, whenever you're not feeling well, booze. Seriously. That'll let you sleep and knock it out of you.
I don't drink alcohol.
And that's the other thing too. When I got sick, I didn't have any alcohol that week.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't feel like it. But that's probably when I needed it the most.
Okay, let me rephrase. I drink alcohol once in a while. So like my coconut rum with like orange juice or something like that. But I don't drink it every week. Like Troy has a drink every week. It's like, no, once in a while.
Well, every time I try giving her a drink, she goes, "What, are you trying to get me drunk? You don't need to get me drunk. We're married."
Yeah. Oh, Lotus Iris said I might have an extra box. ...
Box? Box implies quantity. I don't want quantity. I just want to taste. And I agree with you. Alcohol kills germs. And he is a first responder. He knows medicine. So, that's...
Oh, and he says he's at home, worked yesterday, though, just winding down for the evening. Nice.
Oh, and you decided you'd come waste some time with us? That's cool. Super appreciate it.
Well, this way we get to spend some time together.
I know, right? Well, this is what I've told my mom. My mother has never heard... It's probably for the best, really, when you think about it. But she has never heard a single one of my live streams because she doesn't have a computer. And I'm like, well, sorry, Mom, but, you could literally hear me broadcasting for 2 hours every week if you had a computer.
Okay, wait, where to go? You so need the whole box. You should eat the live stream.
Actually, you got me there. That might actually make for a good live stream.
It'll be the, what? Gummy bear
the
challenge?
Luddites Are Us challenge.
There you go, the Luddites Are Us
There
challenge. Because he's already done the Potawatomi challenge.
I did the Potawatomi challenge.
And he actually weathered through it rather well. I mean,
it was
like,
a little disappointing to me, actually. I was hoping it would have more of that bubblegum flavor, but it didn't.
Like, when I did it, it was just kind of like, yeah, it's really, really crunchy. Not really much flavor here. Kind of tastes like dust. And, because it did. It tasted like crunchy dust. And then it just kind of, the little pieces kind of stayed in my mouth, like, between my teeth and stuff. So I was like, kept rinsing my mouth to try and get those little pieces out. But it's like, I had pretty much no reaction. Whereas other people doing the challenge, aside from Potawatomi, were like, and their faces were so funny to watch. And I'm just like, no expression whatsoever. Just, tastes like crunchy dust.
Okay, David Pensek, don't get too far ahead. Let me try one first before I go for the how many can I fit in my mouth at once challenge. And Final Fantasy fan 12, I hope I said hi to you earlier. If I didn't, sorry. As New Year is approaching, are you guys excited for 2024?
Before I answer that, I don't hate Peeps. I love Peeps.
Oh, what are you guys excited for in 2024? So what are you excited for, Netter of Netters Network?
Well, let's see. I'm kind of excited leaving 2023 that we got a new sump pump and battery backup, that our outside
that's
sewer,
another story for you, Luddites or us. We got to tell you about
our outside sewer. We had clean out there, and the guy that came to do our sump pump, he goes, well, let me just check the clean out, make sure everything's good there. And he's like, yeah, what do I have my earpiece in for? Oh, because I can't hear me now.
You got it. Yeah, you use it as a monitor.
Yeah.
I can only hear you and me, so it doesn't really matter.
Are you going upstairs?
I can if you want me to.
Tomato juice, please.
I'll get you tomato.
Thank
juice,
you.
Sure.
Oh yeah. So when he checked through the clean out to see how everything was going, he found that about 6 to 8 feet of the clay pipe had broken and collapsed and was like just in the mud. And as a result, we had a hole maybe about an inch big for water and stuff to pass through, which is not very big. And then after they hand dug this like 6 foot deep hole, it's like 6 foot by 8 foot, they're checking some other stuff, and then they discovered that the pipe that goes into our house had a gap between that and the other pipe that's supposed to connect to by like an inch or so. It was like, wasn't quite connecting, so that all had to be replaced. So that was a nice expensive thing, but they have a payment plan, so I'm good. But I'm grateful for that. Going into the new year, I'm also very grateful that I'm going to be having my review, and I know it's going to be a good one for work because I bust my butt and my bosses appreciate me. Plus, my company does bonuses, so depending on how well they do get a nice little percentage of that. So I usually will get, well, now I've been there, March will be 3 years, so I'll get 10% of whatever the payout's going to be, which will be a nice chunk of change, and so that's going to be really nice. So I'm looking forward to having just a little bit of extra money to play with for things, because you never know what's going to pop up. And it's funny, it didn't even occur to me until after all the work was done that I could have contacted my insurance company and asked them to take care of it. But I also didn't want to wait, especially on the sump pump, since it was getting really close to the top of the pit, and I didn't want to flood my basement while I was waiting for them. But it's like, it's taken care of. I'm, gonna deal with it, because that's what you do as a homeowner. You deal with stuff. So, yeah. I also discovered that usually in the wintertime, I can keep our house on 68, and it's usually pretty good. This winter, for whatever reason, our house is freezing at 68, so I had to bump it up to 72. And now, Troy, you said it's comfortable upstairs?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the downstairs part, it's a finished part of the basement, so it's always a little cool down here, but we have a heater, so, we're good. But, yeah, let's say, you want to handle that stuff ASAP. It's like, you don't know how much I was praying for it not to rain until we got the sump pump replaced. Because I was terrified I was going to come down in the morning and find everything flooded.
We actually did get up a couple times that night just to check on it.
Yeah. Age Mover can tell you what it's like to have your house flooded.
Well, that's a little different. We had, trickle, trickle, trickle kind of filling up our sub pump. Aged Boomer had a hurricane,
Same thing.
Oh, yeah, same thing, right. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like, and I'm grateful for all of course, all of you. I'm grateful my channel is growing. I'm hoping to do some more videos and get those out. I have a bunch that I need to just simply edit and get posted. It's just laziness on my part, really. Um,
For me, it's lack of time between
that too.
Full-time work, you know, and the other channels that I'm doing and so forth. It's tough. But I'll talk more about my plans going forward tomorrow night. But you probably heard me, because I just went upstairs and I just came back, and you probably heard us rustling around. Just cut into this really awesome mini Pantone that a really, really awesome friend of the channel sent me. And it is really good.
Technically, he sent you the Star Wars thing and said that this was for me.
Star Trek. Well, yes.
Star Trek, that's right.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm sharing because I do that.
Those of you that know, Pantone is well, it's become associated with the holidays, but it's an Italian tradition. My grandmother used to get it every year. I actually haven't had any since my grandmother passed away, but it's kind of like an Italian fruit cake, but this particular one, rather than fruit, is chocolate.
There's some fruit. I can taste it.
Is there some fruit in there?
It's really good.
But it is really good. You know, big chunks of chocolate in there. I really, really like it.
The fruit almost tastes like apple or pear. Yeah, it's really, really good.
That's a great point, Nate. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm sure she'll look into it. That's
absolutely
something I wouldn't have thought of.
I mean, I don't know if they will, but I figure it doesn't hurt to ask. That always blows Troy's mind. We'll be somewhere and let's say there's... Okay, actually, perfect example. When we had the sump pump replaced, the guy was like, yeah, it's going to be $3,200. I said, well, now this was on a Thursday. I said, well, my birthday's on Monday. Do I get a birthday discount? And he goes, yeah, I'll knock a couple hundred off. So it was just $3,000 even. I'm sorry, $2,000 even. Because it was $2,200. So he knocked down to $2,000 even. And it blows his mind when I do that, because it's like, no one's going to give you a discount. And then I ask, and he's like, how'd you get a discount?
Right.
It's like there was another thing that I had to do. It was a personal thing. And they wanted me to pay, I want to say it was something like $3,200 for the whole thing. And I said, and they said, you have to have it by this date. And I said, well, do I get a discount if I pay within the next couple of days? And the guy looked at me and he goes, you have it to me by Friday and I'll knock $1,000 off. I'm like, okay, you'll have it on Friday. And went to the bank, got some money orders for it, because who writes checks these days? And went back to his office on that Friday, handed it to him, said, here you go. It's the amount we agreed on.
Yep.
He was floored, because in that type of particular business, no one ever pays when they say they're gonna. And it's like, no, we had a deal. I'm keeping my end of the deal. And like I said, it blows Troy's mind when I ask for discounts and get them.
Yeah.
Now, I don't expect to get them. I'm not like a Karen or anything about it or feel entitled. But I always figure it never hurts to ask. And you're always polite and nice about it. You don't demand or expect. You just say, hey, would it be possible if? And if they say yes, awesome. If they say, no, I can't do that, no harm in asking.
True.
You know?
True.
Absolutely no harm in asking. I've gotten percentages off of purchases. I've gotten dollar amounts off of purchases. Because you ask. And you're, like I said, you're nice about it, though. And it you know, I'd say more times than not, I've gotten discounts. So, he did the same thing on the outside sewer thing. He said it was going to be, well, the original bit, before he discovered the other issue, was going to be $3,200. And he took $200 off, so it's going to be $3,000. But then when he discovered the other bit, that was another $4,000 on top of it, so it was just an even $7,000. And it's like, you guys got a payment plan? Because I just paid you guys for the sump pump and battery backup. And he goes, yeah, we got a payment plan. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
There you go.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease. Exactly. As long as you're polite. Because If you go in there as a Karen and you demand stuff, you're not going to get anything. You're nice, you get all kinds of stuff.
You got to be nice, though. It's time to not be nice.
Yes, exactly. So what are you looking forward to in the upcoming year and grateful for this past year?
Well, I'm one of your I think I'm one of your biggest cheerleaders. So I am.
You
always,
are my biggest cheerleader.
I didn't want to assume, so obviously I want to see a great deal of growth from your channel. I try to do what I can to help you in that regard. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for good things. I'll talk more about my own channel tomorrow night on Last Call. But there's some movies that I'm looking forward to, which if I don't get around to talking about that tomorrow night, certainly talk about it on the abbreviated Geeky Geezer stream on Sunday. Yeah, and for me, Mr. Political Junkie that I am, I'm looking forward to the election. It's an election year, so I'm looking forward to that too.
Big Al says define biggest. LOL.
Yeah, like size, like biggest in size.
At one point, Troy was almost 360 pounds at his biggest, and now he's
less.
Yes, you're less. You're like what, 250, something like that.
I haven't checked in a long time, like 252 or something. But yeah, which is better. It's not where I'd like to be, but it's better.
He lost so much weight that he doesn't even look the same.
The new Princess Peach game looks fun. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 looks interesting. There's going to be an expansion to Final Fantasy XIV, a tabletop role-playing game version of Final Fantasy XIV. There's kind of a lot of games I'm looking forward to. Now, all of those video games, I don't know them really well, but I know of them, which is great. Tabletop role-playing game sounds very, very interesting to me.
Geek flag, but Nate says, yeah, you ladies can do stuff like that. We guys can't. You can if you're polite.
Oh, I hear you, Jesse, but let me tell you something. Mattel getting the licenses from Hasbro is kind of like if Paramount were to get the license for Star Wars, or were to be able to buy Lucasfilm from Disney. You wouldn't necessarily end up with a better situation. Mattel is just as bad as Hasbro in many, many things. But yeah, Hasbro is the Disney of toy companies right now. Don't you probably don't want to get me started.
Yeah, as long as I don't do what was it,
send the Pinkertons to you to knock on your door and
I was
take something away from you.
The Hasbro the sailboat. What they do?
Oh,
with
the HasLabs.
HasLab. Yeah.
I'm still annoyed about. Oh, and then Hasbro's got the fans all pissed off because they decided.
Honey, we can't hear you. You walked too far away.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. He's going to get snacks.
I'm getting snackerage because I'm not tethered to an earpiece. You're
gonna hear him crunching.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see. But they send. They put out a notification to all their people that as long as Mattel comes out with a Mola Ram Barbie figure, we're good. Bum should I. But that would actually be pretty cool, but I don't expect that to happen. I'll bet you there's a custom out there, and if there isn't, I can absolutely make one. You know what? I'm going to save that for tomorrow night too. I have gotten a few new they're not complete yet. I've got to paint them up and do card backs for them. But I do have some new Star Wars holiday special figures to share with you guys. But anyway, yeah.
That reminds me, did you give a copy of the holiday special to Luddites R Us?
Oh, I'm sure I did. Luddites R Us. I gave you a multi-disc copy of the holiday special, didn't I? If I didn't, you're getting one. Yeah, I know that sounds like a threat, because it kind of is.
Kenner used to be the one making Star Wars toys. What happened?
They were bought up by Hasbro.
Yeah.
That's really it. But what I was saying about Hasbro is they decided they wanted to clear out when they do their HasLabs, and they hit 5,000 people, back it or whatever. They get more than 5,000 of whatever the doodah is that they're selling, because in case someone complains or something goes missing or whatever.
You didn't. He said, please give it to Joseph.
Okay, I will hook you up for sure. Yeah, just this past weekend, Michael French Retro Blasting did an unboxing for Christmas, and I didn't realize he was still sitting on the package I'd sent him from back in November of the his copy of the holiday special. He was pretty excited about it.
Oh, yeah, it was actually kind of funny. He goes, okay, I've got some boxes here I'm going to open, and he opens up one and he goes, okay, this one's from Troy and Netter, and then he goes, what did you do?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It was an action figure that he had wanted. And he's like, oh my gosh, guys, this is so fantastic. He goes, I didn't want to buy this because I had to buy a set, and I didn't want to buy the set for the one figure. Well, it turned out Troy had the set, and he was actually getting a second set because he wanted some other figures that were in there, and he didn't need two of the same figure, so he sent him the one he had.
Yeah, I'll talk more about that tomorrow night too.
But not everybody that's here may be on your thing tomorrow, so.
But we need to get wrapped up because we're coming up on.
It's my channel. We don't have to go an hour.
But there's other things going on,
okay.
So we do have to keep it brief.
So then he opens up a couple more things, and then he goes, and here's another one from Troy and Netter.
Yeah.
Like what'd you guys send me?
Yeah.
And it took me a second going, what else did I send
I
him?
did too. I was like, I had completely forgotten that I had sent him, because he was our guest on the stream for the holiday special rewatch, so I absolutely had to make sure he got one.
Yeah, so he pretty much sat on that one for almost a month. And he's like, oh, the holiday special, there's a lot here, and da-da-da. And it's like, oh, okay. So he hadn't opened that one yet. Cool.
Yep.
So that was fun.
And Big Al is asking about if I'd heard about the disturbance in the Force. I didn't know there was a book, but...
Oh, he's got the film.
I'm holding up the DVD, yeah. I think David Pensack was the one that told me about that, actually.
And yeah, he said, I saw the documentary,
exactly.
Didn't know they did a book
and it
as
was
well.
on his recommendation. I picked that up. Mattel did more with Jurassic Park stuff than Hasbro, and their
toys look more accurate to the film, especially the dinosaurs.
Yeah, although didn't they try to do their version of a crowdfund involving repaints of a T-Rex and I don't remember what. It was like the only thing that was new in it was like the electric fence or something like that. It was like.
And then for you older people who will get this, everybody walk the dinosaur.
Right, exactly. But
you youngers are gonna be like, what?
Real quick, just to finish up what I was saying, Hasbro had some extras of their like the Ghostbusters Proton Pack and some G.I. Joe stuff and whatnot, and so all the people that are that pay for the premium service, the Hasbro Pulse Premium, where you're literally paying a premium price to sit and wait and hope that you get an opportunity to buy more stuff, and you get a chance to buy before anyone else does. That's your big perk. Well, their perk was they had a half-hour notice that they were going to sell these things that were not supposed to be available to anyone else. And in less than 5 minutes, everything sold out. And a lot of fans were really pissed because it really goes against their whole HasLab thing. I may end up doing a stream or a video or something about it. Maybe I'll even talk to Michael French, see if he wants to
do
get
it
in
for
on that.
8 hours.
No, not for 8 hours. Yeah, no.
That was a fantastic stream he did.
Yeah. Hey, open the door, get on the floor, everybody walk the dinosaur. Yeah, Nate knows the song. He knows it. Okay. So that was all I wanted to say about that. So I got a retro style robot. It's key wound, batteries not needed. Sometimes those clockworks are the best, aren't they?
Aren't they?
But
Brings you back to your childhood for us older folks.
So yeah, so it's been a good 2023. We're hoping for a better 2024. Definitely looking forward to getting some of y'all that haven't been on the channel yet. You know, those of you that have a YouTube channel and want to come hang out with us for about an hour,
Yeah.
tell everybody about your show
your
and
channel.
how you started and what you're all about and what you're planning for your channel. And get you a few subs, and then you've got a stream you can share out and say, here, this is what my channel's about. I talked with Netters Network about.
Now, to make it really easy, if you look in the description below, I've got my Twitter handle there. I also have my email address. And I'm wondering now if it actually did what I asked it to. I wanted it to bold a few things. No, of course it didn't bold. So you could follow me on Twitter at Netters Network, and you can DM me there. But I know sometimes, for some weird reason, Twitter will not let people DM me. I have no settings at all. Like, no one's blocked or anything like that. It's just anyone should be able to contact me, but it blocks certain people. Don't know why. So I also have my email address in the description below. Email me, put in the subject line Thursday Things. Then in the body of the thing, put which Thursday you would prefer to have, and I'll get you on the schedule. If there's a conflict, I'll let you know. But right now, the only guest I have is the very first Thursday of the year is Deleted Scenes. After that, I'm open. So if you all want to be on Thursday Things, so we can talk about you and your channel, send me that email. Like I said, put Thursday Things in the title. And the reason I'm asking you to put Thursday Things in the title is because I get a lot of spam mail. I'm still trying to work through that. And if I don't see Thursday Things, I'm going to think it's spam and delete it. You know, because like, oh, this is more junk. But if I see Thursday Things, then it's like, oh, okay, this is for my channel. You know, let me get this person on the schedule. Okay? And if you are emailing me with your real name, please tell me in the body of the email what your YouTube handle is. So I'm not like, who is this?
Right, exactly.
Because
So
I love y'all, but I don't know your real names from your YouTube name. So there's like maybe
that has
4 or
been
5
said.
of you, but that's
And
it.
BJ of Orville Nation, just as we're wrapping up.
Hi,
so
sweetie.
good to see you, my friend. So what do we got going? In about 43 minutes by my calculations, I want you all to get over to I'm
Deleted Scenes.
pasting this in the wrong place. Over to Deleted Scenes channel for his weekend update. He will let you know what he's got coming up in the next week or so, and give you all the news about Deleted Scenes. And then on Friday, I haven't posted the
link yet?
but I will be doing last one of the year, the last call of the year, and we'll do the same thing over there. We'll look back at the year on my channel, what I've got planned for the new year, some things that I'm looking forward to in the new year.
I'm convinced Deleted Scenes does not sleep.
Yeah, he doesn't sleep at all.
He is so busy doing so much
and
stuff.
going.
It's like, dude, I don't know how you do it. I mean, do you live on energy drinks and coffee or something?
Deleted Scenes bunny just keeps going and going and going.
Exactly.
Saturday over on Big Al Presents, it's Operation Petticoat.
Yep, I haven't seen that movie in years. Oh my gosh.
I vaguely remember it. Yeah,
I always get confused with Down Periscope.
Which is a far more recent film. Both comedies, both very funny. So that will be over on Big Al Presents, 9 Central, 10 Eastern, and you see him right there in the chat. Make sure you are subscribed to him for some great reviews. He just dropped another couple. I saw one drop today that I haven't had a chance to see yet.
Yeah, he has quite a few 10-word reviews. It's like, come on, guys, these take you less than a minute to watch. Go over to his channel, check them out. I said less than a minute per vid. You know, you got 5 minutes, you can watch 5 of them.
Yep.
And they're all really good. So, you know, head on over there.
Now, I don't want to get too much into what's going on Sunday because I don't know all of what's going on, but I know that Deleted Scenes has a bunch of his upcoming streams already up. So just get over to his channel, hit the, hit subscribe, and just double check his live streams, see what he's got coming up on Sunday, and then you'll know. And I also know that, yeah, Deleted Scenes is secretly a Kalon, right? For you Orville fans. Agent Boomer, I believe Agent Boomer said he would do a brief 1-hour stream on Sunday, an abbreviated Geeky Geezers, year-end wrap-up kind of thing, which is probably going to be 8 Central, 9 Eastern for about an hour. And I do believe there is a Other Side of Midnight where perhaps maybe Deleted Scenes will count down the new year. Maybe. We'll see. Get over to his channel and check that out. In fact, like I said, in 40 minutes, 35 seconds, get over to that link that I just dropped a little while ago, and we'll find out exactly what he's got coming up this weekend.
Yeah, because I know that if he's not doing a New Year's countdown, we're thinking of doing one, but if he's doing one, then we'll just head over there and let him count it down.
Maybe we can just hang out with him and ring in the new year.
Yep, we even got sparkling grape juice for the occasion.
Yes, we do. Tuesday night, live from Sparkwood 21. We will be picking up Season 2, the first episode of Season 2 of Twin Peaks. A lot of cliffhangers to resolve. A lot of our favorite characters hang in the balance. And
who shot Dale Cooper?
Who shot Dale Cooper? And who survives? And who doesn't? We'll see. We'll see on Tuesday. We've already said next Thursday, right here on Thursday Things, Deleted Scenes. Will close out the year with us. Well, start the new year.
Start the new year with us.
Start the new year with us. And that's the week in review, my friends. That's all I got.
Yeah, that'll be January 4th that
right.
Deleted Scenes is on. Yeah, so that's everything. And of course, I always say make sure you're subscribed to the panel. I lost 2 subs. I'd like to get those back. Thank you. Also, make sure that you are subbed to everybody that is in the stream. And if you think you're subbed, go back and double check because YouTube likes to take away subs, obviously. And as PJ always says, together we grow. So I want to help grow you. I'm hoping that y'all grow me. And I said, if you are interested in being a guest on Thursday Things, you can either DM me on Twitter, and if Twitter's being weird, send me an email and put Thursday Things in the subject line, in the body of it, tell me what Thursday you prefer, and if you're emailing me with your real name, kindly give me your YouTube name so that I know who you are and I can get you on my calendar or on my schedule. Both my DM handle and my email address are in the description below, so they're there for posterity. They're always going to be there. Yeah, I'd love to have y'all on. I don't care if you're just starting out or you've been around a while. I want to hear from you. I want to talk about you. I want to talk about your channel. Let's grow you. Let's grow together. And that said, we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well, good, and fun. But it is so much more fun when I cannot talk tonight. Goodness. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat. and you're dropping comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a great time. You want to have me another beer? Thanks.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. You can be anywhere right now and you choose to be here. That is so encouraging. I can't begin to tell you. Seeing you guys here every week, seeing new faces, seeing the, my tried and trues here, it is so encouraging. I love seeing you guys here. I love having you here. With that said, in case we don't talk, have a happy new year. Take care of yourself. And we will definitely see you next time. Good night, everyone.